was Presi L. Labao, Head of the Training and Development Unit of PEAC. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We're really happy and very excited to be here, okay, to conduct this training. All right, just a few guidelines for our training today and tomorrow. Allow me to give briefly the training guidelines and house rules for it's actually a 1.5 day training for this particular program. Okay, kindly wear your training ID during the seminar workshop and be on time for the sessions. For day 1, our program is from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then day 2, we start at 8:30 a.m. and we end at 12 noon. But that's only for this particular program. Okay, we have other sessions after that. The training packet was sent to your registered email address 2 days before the training. That was Thursday. It contains the Google Drive link to the training materials, which you were instructed to download on your device. If you did not, please check your spam or junk folder or the other tabs in your inbox. If you did not receive it in your email, just let me know so we can resend it to your email, the training packet. Participants are expected to accomplish the workshop templates per school, and please encode your full name registered with PRC, especially the licensed professional teachers, the LPTs, in your respective workshop outputs for the CPD units to be credited in your name. Snacks and lunch will be served at your table, and a photo, video, and/or audio recording of the participants during the training shall be kept by APSO and PEAC for documentation, and this may be subject to editing, duplication, distribution, and publication. An online evaluation will be conducted by PEAC on day 2, that's tomorrow, after the training. And the certificate of attendance, we call it COA, will be awarded to the participants on day 2. The certificate of completion, or we refer to as COC, with 9 CPD credit units. PRC is very generous to Philippine schools overseas, because in the Philippines, for our runs, they just gave us 7.5 CPD credit units for the 1.5 day training. Usually kasi for a 3-day training, like the INSET, we have 15 CPD, so it's like 5 per day. But for the 1.5 day in the Philippines, they gave us, for the regional runs we had in the Philippines, they gave us 7.5, but I don't know, they seem to be very generous to the Philippine schools overseas. They gave you 9 CPD credit units, okay? And this will be sent within a month to the registered email address of licensed professional teachers who completed the training and submitted the output. So I'd just like to note that if you're not yet familiar with the trainings of PEAC, we're quite very particular with engaging the participants in writing and working on the output, especially for license, both actually, even if you're licensed or not, because we believe that's how our teachers and school administrators will learn best, okay? By working on the output. And for the licensed professional teachers, that is also required for you to receive your CPD credit units. Okay, all right, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Labao. And to formally begin our training program, let us welcome the President of the Association of Philippine Schools Overseas and Senior High School Vice Principal of the Philippine School Doha, Dr. Noemi F. Formaran, for the welcome message.
Thank you, Sir F.
to the head of the training unit of the Private Education Assistance Committee, Ms. Presi Labao, to our esteemed resource speaker for the day, Dr. Gina Muntalan, the PEAC consultant, to the APSO advisor and school principal of Philippine School Doha, Dr. Alexandra Acosta, fellow APSO officers, to the esteemed school heads, school principals, and educators of the 21 schools attending today. Let me enumerate AMIS or AMISP, Philippine Curriculum. You have the FUGEN or FGTIS, FUGEN Philippine International School. We have IPSA, the International Philippine School in Alcobar. You have IPSI or the International Philippine School in Italy. We have IPSJ, International Philippine School in Jeddah. We have IMS, International Migrant School, Europe. You have PCAI, Philippine Centennial Academy International in Libya. PISQ, Philippine International School, Qatar. PSB or Philippine School, Bahrain. PSG or Philippine School, Greece. We have PSO or Philippine School, Oman. NFPS, the New Filipino Private School. The Philippine School, Dubai. The Philippine School, Abu Dhabi. The Philippine Global School. The Second Philippine International School. The Far Eastern Private School. Far Eastern Private School, Halwan. The Universal Philippine School in Al Ain. The Philippine PAMPRES International School. And of course, the Philippine School, Doha. To our valued partners, the Commission of Filipinos Overseas and the Department of Education. To all our generous sponsors, we have Phoenix Tips, Rex Education, we have Viva Learning System, the CNE Publishing House, the F&J De Jesus Incorporated, we have the LBC Qatar, Doha Drug Store, Alvira Travels, Fahad Manpower and Recruitment Agency, Diana Jewelers, Mega World International, and we have the East Optics and the Papsi TV. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, said, without education and liberty, not soil and mankind, no reform is possible. No measure can give the desired result. In this quote, Dr. Jose Rizal emphasizes the importance of quality education for nation building. It is for this reason that when the PEAC Executive Director, Dr. Doris Ferrer, who will be joining us tomorrow, asked if Philippine School Doha could serve as the venue for training both the senior high school INSET and the PEAC certification readiness, I readily said yes. Yes, because this is how sure I am that the members of Philippine Schools Overseas, in particular my beloved Philippine School Doha, under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Acosta, would love to ensure quality education of our Filipino youth. Allow me to commend our educators here today, the PEAC team for their partnership and for their zealous efforts to ensure quality education for the private schools. The educational publishing houses, let me again repeat, the CNE, DIWA, F&J, Phoenix and SIVS, and the Rex Education, for their benevolence to continue advocating for the cause of excellent education. To our other sponsors, who in one or more ways serve as our support system for expats working in different parts of the world, and to the stars of this gathering, our APSO officers and APSO school representatives, who flew all the way from different parts of the world and who stopped all the other equally important tasks and obligations to be able to join PEAC and APSO in this training. We all deserve a round of applause. I would also like to take the chance to thank the Philippine School Doha and its administration, led by our BOT chairperson, Mr. Francis Jes Montero, our Principal's Council, led by Dr. Alexandra Acosta, my family, my friends, and the PSD Senior High School team, who huddled, multitasked, and contributed to host this training, which was once just a plan, over carbonara and Caesar salad with Dr. Doris. I know that no words will be enough to speak all of my gratitude, plus this is not supposed to be a vote of thanks, but a welcome message. Your presence here is far more than just an attendance. It is a powerful statement. Your commitment to seeking deeper knowledge and mastering the essential skills in both the senior high school strength and curriculum and PAC certification readiness is a testament to your profound zeal for lifelong learning. The dedication is where our hope resides. It is through your tireless work in nurturing every Filipino student that we will relentlessly pursue the goal of eradicating, or at least significantly lessening, the heartbreaking national statistics of 24.8 million functionally illiterate Filipinos. You are the change makers, the architects of a brighter national future, and your pursuit of excellence is what makes the future possible. Today, we send out a heartfelt and prayerful message that this training proves to be profoundly empowering for every student.
Good morning, our dear APSO family, APSO colleagues, and of course our PAYAC friends. Welcome to Doha, welcome to Philippine School Doha. So allow me to read the message of our very own Department of Education Secretary, Secretary Angara. The Department of Education is proud to stand with APSO in this important endeavor. The focus of this conference on the strengthened senior high school curriculum and the PAYAC certification process underscores our shared mission to keep Philippine education future ready, relevant, and responsive to the evolving needs of our learners around the world. The ongoing reforms in our senior high school curriculum aim to make learning more focused, streamlined, and responsive to both local and global labor markets while strengthening academic foundations while ensuring that graduates gain real-world competencies so that wherever our learners may be, they are equipped to succeed and contribute meaningfully. At the same time, we continue to reinforce public-private complementarity through programs like the PAYAC certification process. This collaboration ensures that quality education is a shared responsibility where public policy and private education raise standards, uphold accountability, and sustain excellence across all schools, including Philippine schools overseas. Through our partnership with APSO, these reforms find life beyond borders, committed to the mission of Bagong Pilipino by President Marcos to ensure that every Filipino studying offers benefits from the same reforms, opportunities, and high standards that we pursue at home. To APSO, our educators and administrators present here, your dedication embodies our collective dream, a world-class, values-driven education to every Filipino learner wherever they may be. Let us continue building a Philippine education system that is inclusive, globally competitive, and anchored on excellence and service to others. That's the message of our Secretary of Education, Senator Angara.
Thank you, Dr. Acosta. And now, to introduce our speaker for the first session, let us once again call on Ms. Presi L. Labao, Head of the Training and Development Unit, PEAC.
It's an honor and my pleasure to introduce to you our resource speaker and facilitator for the 1.5-day program. Dr. Gina Mantalan is the consultant of PEAC for senior high school INSET since school year 2016-2017 to the present. She is currently the Vice President for Basic Education of Ateneo de Davao University. Dr. Montalan has been a leading advocate for the implementation of the senior high school curriculum through the alignment framework she developed, which was pilot tested during the senior high school teacher training in 2014. This framework has consistently supported private senior high schools nationwide in executing the curriculum for core subjects by ensuring that instructional activities align with the objectives of these subjects as dictated by the minimum standards established by the Philippine government through the Department of Education, as well as the excellence standards reflected in each senior high school's vision, mission, and goals. In addition to the Senior High School Instant for Teachers, she also designed a program for senior high school administrators called Instructional Leadership in the Context of Flexible Modalities of Teaching in Senior High School. That was the 2021 training for senior high school administrators. Moreover, Dr. Montalan co-designed and co-implemented with Dr. Miguel Rapatan and Dr. Helena Deseritere a program for school administrators on internal quality assurance called Towards Standards-Based Quality Assurance for Senior High Schools in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Dr. Montalan's expertise in curriculum development, implementation, and evaluation continues to aid private senior high schools through the PEAC, particularly during this era of reforms in the Philippine senior high school curriculum. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, let's give a round of applause to Dr. Gina Lapasa Montalan.
Good morning, everyone. It is a great privilege for us to be here with you. No? In fact, earlier on, I was sharing to Dr. Noemi that, somehow I got teary-eyed because it feels so good, and I cannot explain well my feelings to be with the Filipino community who are all residing, all of you are residing far from our own country, no? But I can sense the mission that you have been doing for all of our Filipino students. That is very much something for me, no, to always think about. And I would like to let you know that in the very little way that we can help you, please just let us know how we can help you proceed with your own mission in your respective places. Okay? Sige po. So, I know that you are all here because you are very much interested to know on how to implement the strengthened senior high school curriculum, right? I think 2 years back, we all know, and I know very well in your own respective schools, you are now implementing the Matatag curriculum. But again, with whatever reasons we have, they said that the Matatag curriculum is no longer here, is no longer with us, but instead we are now calling the Matatag curriculum as the revised K-10 curriculum. But to me, either it's a revised K-10 curriculum or a Matatag curriculum. Matatag in here needs to be understood as the acronym of the 4 critical steps, okay? The critical components that the Department of Education would like to have for all of us to implement smoothly the K-10 curriculum. And just to remind everyone, when we say Matatag in here, the first ma implies that we have to have the curriculum relevant, okay, and current to produce job-ready students, and not only that, for them also to be active citizens. Okay, that's the first ma in there. And just to let you know, when I first encountered this 2 years back, I was already anticipating that time that most likely this will be the very main framework that the Department of Education will be using, no? In terms of revising also revising the strengthened or the senior high school curriculum. And I do not know how you're going to assess it after the session, but to me it seems like, yes, indeed, the first ma in here seems to provide the framework for all of us in understanding the strengthened senior high school curriculum. The second
part of this acronym is the TA, which means that the Department of Education would like to take steps in accelerating delivery of basic education facilities. Well, of course, we all know that as educators, as administrators of our respective schools, this is one of the ways that we need to, to put forward the implementation of any revised curriculum. Okay? The third one is, it's still the TA. It implies that we have to take good care of our learners by promoting learner well-being, inclusive education, and a positive learning environment. And lastly, the G in the Matatat, it implies that the Department of Education would like to provide support to all of our teachers in order to implement properly the revised curriculum. And this is what is meant by Matatat. So to me, the thing that was done 2 years back was actually a revision of the K-12 curriculum. And it started and it focused first on the K-10 curriculum. So if we talk about the K-12 program, K-12 program is still with us. But in the desire to improve the program, the curriculum was revised. And the first part of the curricular program that was revised was the kindergarten up to the grade 10. And to ensure that there is a smoother way of implementing this revised curriculum, the Department of Education informed us 2 years back that these are the 4 critical steps to ensure that everyone will be able to implement the revised K-10 curriculum smoothly. Okay? So, first, I think we have to take note of the MA in there, making the curriculum relevant to produce job-ready students or graduates, and not only that, for them to become active citizens. So, as I said, while hearing this one 2 years back, I was already anticipating that this one becomes the primary framework or the primary part of the framework of the Department of Education when they will then revise what we call the senior high school curriculum. And indeed, now what we have is what we call the strengthened senior high school curriculum. Okay? So, what is in this strengthened senior high school curriculum that we need to know about so that we will be guided accordingly in implementing this in our respective schools. By the way, this is already our 8th run. We started with the Cebu run. That's our first run. That was in September. And then after that, this is the last run that we're going to have for this year. Then by next year, we will be back to Cebu because other than the first batch that we had already there seems to be another request for us to give the same training workshop until we will go also to the CDO, the Cagayan de Oro. Okay? So now, I think we have to proceed now to our main business in this 1.5 day training workshop. Okay? In this training workshop, we're going to have first plenary session, and that's the reason why we are all here, and that will be up to this 3 o'clock today. And after 3 o'clock today, we're going to proceed to our first workshop. The first workshop aims to coach you on how to redesign your programs, your senior high school programs, relative to the features of the strengthened senior high school curriculum. And by tomorrow, we have half day of tomorrow to help you plan out how to implement your redesigned senior high school program. Okay? So I hope that is clear to all of us in terms of understanding what to expect in this 1.5 day training workshop. Okay. First, we have to understand that at the onset of this school year, the Department of Education released the Department Order number 048 Series 2025, and that was released in June 14, 2025. You can just imagine how close the release of this department order to the opening of classes in our beloved Philippines. No? So we barely have few days left to prepare for the implementation of the strengthened curriculum across all schools that were considered by the Department of Education as the pilot implementers or the pilot school implementers. So we have 800 plus pilot implementing schools this school year, and these 840 plus schools are implementing this curriculum at the grade 11 level. Okay? Now, in this department order, allow me to just walk you through on the important notes that were cited in this department order, the DO 048 Series 2025. The main objective of this is to gather valuable insights and data that will inform the full implementation of the strengthened senior high school curriculum. Therefore, it means that after this school year,